From the ACF Arena in Brockton, Milford TV is proud to present coverage of the 2015 MIAA Hockey Playoff Tournament. Tom Nappy on the call this afternoon as we get set to bring you round 2 action in this Division II South bracket as the 8th-seeded Milford Scarlet Hawks are about to take on top-seeded Westwood Wolverines. Milford is still basking in the glow of their first postseason victory in their program's history. It was this past Wednesday night when Milford took on their Hockomock League rival North Attleboro in a first-round matchup over in Franklin, a game we were happy to bring you here on Milford TV. The Scarlet Hawks led just once in the entire game, and that was at the very end as sophomore Alec Gilliat beat North goaltender Brady Grunwald. Glove side, high less than 30 seconds into the overtime period to propel his team into the next round of the tournament and send the Red Rocketeers home for the offseason. Now Milford comes into this afternoon's game as the heavy underdog. Westwood earned the #1 seed in this bracket after ending the regular season with an amazing 16-2-2 overall record. The Wolverines beat out the second-seeded Medfield Warriors for the top position in the playoff bracket after just edging them out in the highly competitive Tri-Valley League during the regular season. Westwood has a strong pedigree of success in the MIAA tournament. Aside from serving as the #2 overall seed in Division II South last season, the Wolverines have taken home a state championship 4 times in school history, earning those titles in 1985, 1991, 1992, and the most recent in 2002. Meanwhile, Milford knows they have nothing to lose and everything to gain on the ice this evening after getting the playoff monkey off their backs 3 nights ago. Can they ride their current wave of momentum all the way to a stunning upset victory here today? The answers will come shortly as the Hawks get set to take on the Wolverines. We'll have the opening face-off coming up next right here on Milford TV. We are set for face-off between Milford and Westwood. We'll get you the starters in just a moment, and here we go. The Scarlet Hawks in their road red jerseys with the white numbering and lettering control the puck off the opening face-off, and we are underway in Brockton. As the Scarlet Hawks come down ice, shot on net is saved as Mobilia on that shot, and now Westwood taking it around the boards, comes near side. Scarlet Hawks defenders high in the zone, puck around the net now, and we will have a face-off. Tom Nappy on the call for the Scarlet Hawks' second playoff game this season. An overtime win for Milford in the first round as they beat North Attleboro 3-2. Scarlet Hawks the 8th seed in the playoff bracket. Westwood the 1st seed. In the first game, Milford beat 9th-seeded North Attleboro in a tremendous overtime victory. As Westwood now in control in their offensive zone, a shot from the far side goes off a Scarlet Hawks defender, and now chasing it around the boards is Shields. Shields on the near side corner. Behind the net, Murphy will kick it out down the ice. Conway takes control in the Westwood defensive zone, and now hurrying back into Scarlet Hawks territory. Puck around the net. Milford defenders have been busy in the early minutes. A couple shots on net and a couple saves by Brian Ireland, the goaltender. Let's take a look at the starters for Westwood as they are in control in the opening zone. Another shot on net from Jimmy Conway, and that was saved by Ireland. And Westwood will have a couple more substitutions. The starters for Westwood in net, Chris Dyson, Ken Mackin, the senior forward, also one of the captains, Joe Reisfelder, a senior defender on Westwood, as we have a face-off in the left circle. Scarlet Hawks will take it around the net. Chris Eldridge, a senior forward. Ben Shields, a sophomore defender. And RJ Messanillo, a junior defender. Round out the Westwood starters for the Scarlet Hawks. Senior forward Nick Mobilia. Drew Wild, the second forward for the Scarlet Hawks, as we'll have a face-off coming up. Alec Gilliatt, the third forward in his sophomore year for the Scarlet Hawks. Sam Croto, a captain defender. And Spencer Lathrop, a junior defenseman. And Brian Ireland getting the start in net for the Scarlet Hawks. And Ireland and the Milford defense have been busy in the early goings of this game. Around the net now, Mobilia gets it to the near side of Lathrop, and now a battle in the side as Gilliatt smacks it away down towards the corner in the Westwood defensive zone as they try to move back up into Milford territory. Now in control, Wild coming down the near side on the right circle, and it's slapped away by goaltender Chris Dyson. In control in the corner, Gilliatt. Gilliatt with two defenders in front. Hits it towards the sideboards. And now up the boards to the stick of Sean Burns, a senior defenseman for the Scarlet Hawks. And you'll see a good amount of line changes throughout this game by both these teams. In front of the net now in the slot, into the left circle is Mackin. Now out in front, deflected by Scarlet Hawks defenseman Griffin Lynch on the scene. Now Milford in control as Stansberry moves up, pass over to the far side of Wild. And we will have a face-off coming as the puck hit out of play. And this face-off will take place just beyond the blue line in the Milford defensive zone, and Scarlet Hawks in control. Burns on the corner, around the boards to Stansberry. Stansberry taking it down, contested by Conway. And now a battle out in front. And now behind the net, Eldridge, a shot on net is deflected by Ireland. Westwood has had control throughout much of this first period. Scarlet Hawks need to find a way to get some offensive pressure going as Stansberry has it stolen away, and now towards the net was Conway, and he was neglected by Ireland. And now back towards the center of the ice, Seeley. And that's hit down into the corner. As the Scarlet Hawks have a line change as Westwood moves back up the ice. Coming towards the net, Mackin a shot, it's deflected by Ireland. And now a pass from the left side over to the far boards, around the net. And in control behind the net, Shields. Contested by Lynch. As taking control is Croto. And now into the boards is Gilliatt, contested by John Faza. Westwood back in control as they clear it out to the far side. As Shields was coming up ice, an offsides call. 10:27 left to go in this first period, and it's really been a lot of work so far for the Milford defenders. 4 shots on net for Westwood early on. Dalton, a face-off against Mobilia. Over to the far side. In control is Mobilia. A pass back over to Burns, who will smack it around the boards to the near side. And now in control, Reisfelder took it in front of the net. Good defensive work by Burns. The Scarlet Hawks will clear it back down. Wild trying to get a shot off, and the attempted shot went behind the net. Puck now in the corner. Coming up the ice on the near side is Messinillo, and now a shot by Messinillo went off a defender into the corner. A secondary shot is deflected by Ireland. There's Riley on the shot there, and now on the near side, Gilliatt doing battle with Reisfelder. And now a shot deep in the neutral zone by Riley. Went off the pad of Ireland. Now in the corner is Clancy. Around the net, contested by a defender, Murphy. Now in the corner for Westwood, and Milford defenseman trying to take it away. It was Burns getting a stick in there and preventing what could have been a very good shooting opportunity for Westwood. As Schuler hits it back to Burns. Burns down the ice, and that is going to draw the icing call. So they'll move the puck back up to the Milford defensive zone, and we will have a face-off in the right circle. Sean Murphy up against Griffin Lynch. Into the corner, Burns smacks it away over to Wild on the far side. And now up the boards. Ireland gets a stick on it. And now around the near end board, Croto. And now a chase down the ice as Schuler trying to get to it. Conway got to it first. Here comes the Westwood offense back into the Milford zone. Puck now in the neutral zone. Conway in control. Stolen away by Wild. Here comes Wild on a break. The shot, and it is off the pads of Dyson. A good save and some hard hitting behind the net. And that was a good shooting opportunity by the Scarlet Hawks. And they need to get some offensive pressure going, and I think they're finally starting to find a way to get into Westwood territory. And we'll have a face-off now in the left circle. Wild on the face-off for Milford. Around the boards to the near side. Some contact in the corner. Westwood now moving back into Milford territory. Eldridge in control. Eldridge behind the net. Out in front to Reisfelder from the blue line. Back to the corner. Eldridge, pass back over to the point, and it is going to be a shot from the point and deflected in out in front. Messineo took the initial shot, and it went off of Mackin for the first Westwood goal of the game. And it is going to be a 1-0 lead. No change yet on the scoreboard. And the official, I think, is, there we go. The official signaled the scoreboard operator. On the far side, Wild in control. And now a shot towards the blue line by Mobilia behind the net. Westwood moving back up on the near side, Conway. Conway to the left of the circle. Reisfelder back to Conway. A shot from the circle. It's deflected out of play. And that is a good job by Westwood getting that shot off. It was a great shot from the point by Messineo, but a nice job by Mackin working his way in front of the net, getting a stick on it, and then just knocking it right past Ireland for the first goal of the game. As Lynch facing off for Milford, back to the point. A shot from the left side by Conway is no good, into the boards. Puck now in the corner, taking control. Schuler moving up the far side, and he is contested by a couple of defenders, and it's stabbed away on the far side by Fox. And now taking control on the near side, Lathrop coming down the boards. And he will hit it around the end boards. Was looking for a Milford forward on the other side, but Scarlet Hawks forwards all to one side. No one was over there as Riley moves back up on the near side behind the net, contested by Lynch. Riley in the circle, pass back to Fox. Now to the blue line. A shot just above the circle. It's off the glove of Ireland. That was a hard shot by Conway. And now a battle in the circle is hitting it away was Lathrop. Back to the blue line. Another shot went just to the right of the net as Clancy takes control for Westwood. Clancy back to the blue line. A pass along the blue line into the direction of Conway, who launches it off of Ireland's pad. And Ireland will deflect it out of play. Way too many shots for Westwood. These Milford defensemen, they have to clear the puck out of the zone. 6:21 left to go in the first period that has been heavily dominated by Westwood. And the Scarlet Hawks, they have some very effective forwards. If they could just find some shooting opportunities, they could score on this team. Pass back to the blue line. A shot from the blue line was deflected away. And now a battle on the near side as Wild goes up against Eldridge. Wild, Eldridge, and Mackin on the near side. Now a pass back to Reisfelder. Around the end boards, taking control in front of the net. Ireland needs to deflect it away. Puck was right in the corner, and Eldridge trying to get a stick in, and then we're going to get a stoppage as puck got jammed up behind the net. So we will have a face-off in the Milford defensive zone. Taking the face-off for Westwood is Mackin, going up against Wild. Mackin in control, try to take the shot from the left side. Looks like it went off of Wild. Now in the corner, up the near side, Gilliot. And now the backhander by Conway to keep it out in front. Scarlet Hawks finally clear it away to give their defense a breather. Messinillo down the ice. And now Burns from the left circle, trying to get it around the boards. It went off of Mackin, who then was tripped up. And that will be a face-off call in the Westwood defensive zone, as we had offsides on the Wolverines. Here's the face-off from the left circle. In control, top of the circle was Wild. And now back to the center, is hitting it down, Croto. Around the net, chased down by Conway. And here comes the Wolverines back up the far side, and some hard contact into the boards as John Faza was moving up against Wild. And we'll have another face-off, and this time it'll come in the neutral zone. On the face-off for the Scarlet Hawks, Lynch. Puck on the far side, up the boards, taking control, John Faza. Now back to the center circle, skating down. A shot from the right circle is just wide to the right by Conway. And now the Scarlet Hawks on the attack. Wild coming up the corner and will take the shot off the pads of Dyson. A pass out into the slot as Westwood tries to move back into Milford territory up the near side boards. Shields around the net. Lathrop out on the far side, checked into the boards by Fox. Now taking control in the neutral zone. A pass out in front, no one was there. And now hitting it off the glass, Lynch. Back around the boards, Reisfelder. Scarlet Hawks trying to get it out of the corner as Lathrop joins the party and hits it around to Croto. Reisfelder now in the neutral zone and bats it up, and then glove down by Mackin. Here comes Westwood, trying to move up the near side. Mackin was looking for someone in the middle, but there's only Lathrop there. And now Messinillo prevents a disaster as he takes control in the Westwood offensive zone. Nice job by Messinillo. Two forwards were there. Messinillo took control, immediately got it out of the zone. And Westwood has done a great job at preventing the Scarlet Hawks having too much of an attack in their defensive zone. Puck in the corner. Wild was jammed up, but takes control, hits it towards the neutral zone in the center circle. Now on the near side, it's Lathrop. And that's down to the left circle as Seeley picks it up. Behind the net goes Seeley, trying to shake off Milford forwards. And now up the near side, Riley in the slot, takes it over to the right circle and leaves it behind him. A shot deflected by a defenseman. It was Mackin getting a stick on it, and now the Scarlet Hawks back into the neutral zone. Mackin coming up the middle. Takes it over towards the right circle, leaves it behind. A shot just above the circle, deflected by Ireland. That shot by Eldridge. Now on the near side, Mackin. Pass back across over to Conway. Conway around the end boards. There to get a stick on it, Stansberry. In the corner now goes Conway. And back up towards the neutral zone, Conway. Take it back into Westwood territory. Let the Wolverines change some players on the ice. Here come the Scarlet Hawks back down, and there's Schuler looking for the shot, contested by a couple defensemen. And now at the end board, Seeley. Out in front, a pass over to the left circle, the backhander by Lynch. Now on the corner. Back up the ice as Westwood clears it away once again. This is going to be icing. A few Westwood substitutions. They're going to switch up their line. Sam Murphy back in the game, sophomore forward. He's a player to look out for in the future for Westwood, some great talent. Now on the near side, Wolverines in control as Shields hits it down. Lathrop getting a hold of it for Milford, and around the bend to Schuler, checked into the boards by Shields. And now a battle along the boards as Croto hits it out towards the middle. In the neutral zone now is Jean Faza. Around the corner, Lathrop behind the net, needs to get it out of there, and now out in front. Good job by Lynch getting a body in there, and someone lost their stick in the middle of all the action in front of the net. Westwood did not even get a shot off in front of the net. A great defensive stand by the Scarlet Hawks. And now the chase down into Westwood territory. Wild gets a hold on it, jammed up by Reisfelder. Around the back of the net now towards the near side. A battle in the corner. Getting a hold of it is Messinillo. 1 minute left to go in the first period of play. Wild with a stick on it. On the near side and back around the net as Dyson will give it a little push. Now back into Scarlet Hawks territory, Stansberry with control, being contested by Riley. Hits it back towards the neutral zone, and this is going to be an offsides call. Well, it's been a pretty good battle so far by these two teams. And the Scarlet Hawks, as the period has gone on, they're starting to get a little bit more momentum in the Westwood defensive zone, getting some good shots off as Wild takes the face-off against Mackin. Wolverines in control on the near side, coming down the boards, Conway, and Conway around the corner. Will hit it around the end board and deflected away by Croto. And now Burns to Croto on the near side. A pass up into the neutral zone, goes past the neutral zone. Now chasing it around the net, Conway. 12 seconds and counting left to go in the first period of play as Wolverines move down the near side. Mackin coming down the boards. And he left the puck just in the side as Conway got a hold of it. And that will do it for the first period of play. A 1-0 lead for Westwood. Not the prettiest of periods for the Milford Scarlet Hawks, but they did get some momentum going towards the end, and you could see a little bit of frustration heading into the locker room as we hit the intermission with the Westwood Wolverines on top of the Milford Scarlet Hawks, 1-0. You are watching Milford playoff hockey on Milford TV. And welcome back to Milford hockey in Brockton, the playoff matchup against the Westwood Wolverines. We are just about set for the second period, a 1-0 lead for Westwood over Milford. And overall, Westwood 16-2-2 on the season. Milford went 12-7-1 during the regular season. And to get to this point, Westwood, they had the bye week as they had the #1 seed. And Milford beat North Attleboro 3-2 in overtime in the first round of the South Division II bracket. We are now in the quarterfinals, and Milford, they have their work cut out for them. Trying to get back into this game as Mackin and Mobilia take the face-off, and Westwood in control as around the corner, Lathrop on the chase down. Back to the near side corner, looking for Reisfelder out on the point, but he'll be pushed back to the neutral zone. Now Messinillo on the near side, down the boards to Eldridge. And Eldridge contested by Wild, who gets it back towards the neutral zone. Now Reisfelder gives it a slap around the corner as Lathrop gets a hold of it from Milford, and now back out to the blue line was Messinillo looking for someone out in front. And now Ireland will cover it up to draw the face-off. And we will have a line change for the Scarlet Hawks, as they are going to get some new bodies out there, and See if they can get some kind of momentum going. Lynch on the face-off for the Scarlet Hawks around the corner. And we are now going to have another face-off as a little prematurity there on the initial face-off. Murphy hits it back to the point. A shot from the point will go off a number of bodies. That shot coming from Conway. Now back to Conway around the corner. And Stansberry chases it around the boards. Now back to the near side corner. Stansberry deflects it. Conway looking for someone out in front. He'll hit it back towards the corner. And now Burns with the backhander. Gets it back towards the blue line. Here we go. Milford on a break. Schuler gets it up into the slot. And out in the slot was Wild. A nice job contesting Wild by Seeley. And he saved what could have very easily been a Milford goal there. As Shields up the far side boards, chasing it down Wild. And now back into the Westwood defensive zone as Conway was looking to scoop it up, and we get the icing call and a couple line changes. We now have a face-off in the Milford defensive zone. Wild up against Fox. And on the puck drop, Fox hits it to the left side where Riley is. Riley pinned up against the boards, and now coming up the far side, Wild. And Wild was looking for the shot. Nice job by Clancy getting out in front. But they are going to call the grab there on Clancy, and we'll have another face-off, this time in the Westwood defensive zone. And this is also going to put the Scarlet Hawks on the power play. So Milford with a power play opportunity here. Clancy was penalized for grabbing the offensive player. Now on the far side corner, up around the boards, Burns. Chased down on the near side, Messinillo hits it back into Milford territory. In Westwood, they're just going to try to play keep away and pin it down into Scarlet Hawks territory on this power play. In Westwood, they've been a very good power play burning team throughout this season. Messinillo back to the far side, or Reisfelder. But Westwood, they don't get penalized a whole lot. They play pretty clean hockey. At times, they can play very physical. As Burns coming up the near side, back into the neutral zone, backhanded by Gilliatt. Cleared out now by Messinillo. Back into Milford territory around the bend. Ireland leaves it out for Stansberry. And now there's Spiegelman coming down the far side. It was taken away, and that shot deflected behind the net now. Coming down the far side, Spiegelman. And he's knocked down. And now a battle along the boards between Eldridge and Wild, and taking control is Mobilia. That's back towards the far side. Behind the net, clearing it out, Seeley. Back into Milford territory. Nice job burning the power play, Westwood. As they are back to 5 bodies on the ice. Well, 6 overall, including the goaltender. Battle in the corner. It was Stansberry trying to get to it for Milford. Now a shot from the far side by Conway. It was wide right. On the near side, cleared down by Wild. Back into the neutral zone. Seeley is there in the slot. Will try to get it back into the neutral zone. Lynch deflects it, and now it was Murphy trying to get control. Ended up going off the pads of Dyson. But Murphy is able to regain control, clear it out as Shields comes up the far side. And now behind the Milford net, a battle between Lathrop and Shields. And that moves into the corner, now out in front. Cleared back down into the neutral zone by Coroto. Coming up, Lynch. Back over to Schuler above the right circle. Now in the high slot, turns it away to the right circle. And there's Conway to hit it back up into the Milford defensive zone. On the far side corner, battle out in front. And a nice job by the Milford defenders denying Westwood a great shooting opportunity as Mackin takes it away from Schuler. Up the far side, Conway. Conway was poked away by a Scarlet Hawks defender, and now Mobilia moving down into Westwood territory on the right circle, looking for the shot around the net, and could not get the shot off. Gilliatt then backhands it out into the corner. Mobilia taking a hard check into the corner. Now out in front, Wild takes it back to the neutral zone. Stolen away, a break for Mackin, and the shot is off the pads of Ireland. Nice save by Ireland, a wide open shot by the captain in the corner. Coming up the near side is Stansberry, and Stansberry will hit it into the corner from the neutral zone and picked up by Messanillo. Back out onto the far side now, into the neutral zone, Burns. Around the near side board, Gilliatt chasing it down behind the net, contested by Reisfelder. Gilliatt on the right side, back around the end boards. Now on the near side, Wild. Wild with the shot from the left circle. It was taken by the defenseman out in front, Reisfelder. Now back around the net, Messanillo. Back into the neutral zone now. The attempted pass back up to Mackin. These Scarlet Hawks defenders, they've had a lot of pressure on them all game long, but they have just done a phenomenal job at, well, dealing with the pressure, not allowing Westwood to get a whole lot of shots on net, despite the time that they've spent in the Milford defensive zone. Fox on the faceoff for Westwood, Lynch for Milford. Here we go as the Scarlet Hawks trying to look to put some pressure on this Westwood defense. Puck hit back up on the near side. Clancy chases it down into the corner. Contested by a couple Milford defenders back towards the blue line now. Now back to the corner. Went off of Croto. And now coming down, Wild. Wild takes it past the neutral zone into the slot and lost control of it, and Seeley takes it away. On the near side board now, Clancy up against Croto. Back into the neutral zone, deflected away by Lathrop. On the far side, Lynch gets it back up into the neutral zone to Gilliatt, trying to center off the shot, and now Wild with a shot, it's just above the net. In the back, Conway and Wild were going at it and get the offsides call. And a line change for Westwood. But it's good. Milford's starting to get some pressure on the Wolverines, starting to find those open shot opportunities. As we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone, Mackin against Mobilia. Up the far side, Reisfelder checked into the boards by Wild. Into the corner now in the Milford defensive zone. A shot out in front. Ireland had it deflected away with the pads. Now Reisfelder from the blue line around the corner. And now a battle on the near side corner. Out in front, the shot, and it's deflected away. Conway was out in front. Back towards the blue line, now a shot from the blue line. That's deflected away, and a couple pokes in front of the net. Deflected away 3 times. Nice work by Brian Ireland, and now another shot, and that's deflected away. It was Messanillo on the initial shot. Conway got out in front, kept trying to poke it in, and Ireland said, not today. Ireland has done some fantastic glove work in this game. Overall has a save percentage of nearly 90%, .899. That's quite impressive numbers by the junior. Keep in mind, he'll be around next year too. So, more than likely, Milford will have a very good goaltender. A lot of great young players on this team. I expect them to be right back at this point next year as Reisfelder comes up the far side. And that one turned away initially, but then he is able to get it by Reisfelder for the second Westwood goal of the game. A 2-0 lead for Westwood. And the Wolverines, they've tested this Milford defense all game long, and they've had a lot of opportunities. And you got to think, with the amount of shooting opportunities they had, eventually they're going to get one by you. On the near side, Croto gets it back down into the Westwood defensive zone. Turned away by Dyson into the corner. And now Fox picks it up behind the net. Pass to the near side of Clancy. Gets it back into the neutral zone. Coming down Conway on the far side. Contested, looking for the shot off the pad of Ireland and into the netting. And we will have a face-off. 6:25 left to go in this second period. And you got to give this Wolverines defense credit. They really just have not allowed a lot of shots at all. Off the face-off, Schuler got a hold of it, and now a couple shots out in front, and it's turned away by Ireland. Once again, some good work in net by Ireland as Clancy had the shot there. Coming down now the middle, Schuler on the right circle, watches the shot, and it's gloved by Dyson. And now a line change for the Scarlet Hawks. They'll get Nick Mobilia and Drew Wild back out there, along with Alec Gilliard and Sean Burns as the first line comes back out for the Scarlet Hawks. Now a face-off in the right circle, Mackin and Wild. Mobilia, excuse me. Mobilia, it's back to the right side, around the net to the near side as Eldridge picks it up, and now we are going to have icing. And this will come back into the Westwood defensive zone. This is where the Scarlet Hawks need to take advantage. They need to get some shots off, put some pressure on this defense, shake them up a little bit. It's still a game. It's 2-0 game, plenty of time left, but you really need to start getting that pressure. Messinillo around the net to Conway on the far side. Hard check into the boards as Eldridge knocks Wild into the boards. And now out in front, a backhander, and it's deflected by Ireland. And now a battle behind the net is Conway trying to pick it back up. It was turned away by Mobilia, now into the corner. Burns chasing it down on the far side, up the boards, and it is put back down by Reisfelder as he grabs a hold of it. Now a shot out in front, deflected away as Mackin was there for the open shot. Puck still in the Milford territory. They need to get it out of there. Reisfelder picked it back up now to Murphy. Murphy around the corner. Falls on the far side, but is able to get it back to Reisfelder. The shot wide to the right side, and now out in front. And that was Murphy looking for the backhander. Could not quite get the stick down in time, and now puck back into the corner. Out in front, into the slot now. And it's poked back towards the blue line, and a shot from the middle of the blue line by Messinillo, and it is gloved by Ireland. Westwood got about 5 shots off in that effort. These Scarlet Hawks defensemen, they need to just get it out of the corners. Westwood is really exploiting the corners, and they're leaving guys at the point and at the blue line while they bring the distraction to the corner, and then they have these wide open shots. On the far side, Conway centers it up towards the slot. Now back towards the point is Seeley. Around the net, now a shot just above the circle. It's turned away by Ireland. And now a deflected shot by Conway will go into the netting. We'll have another face-off. The Wolverines, they came out with a pretty good strategy in this period. And they've done it quite a bit. Bring the distraction to the corner and leave a guy wide open at the blue line. That's how they're getting so many shots off. Conway down the far side, picked up by Jean Faza around the corner, checked into the corner. And now Murphy, the backhand pass. Taken back by the Scarlet Hawks, now back to the blue line. Conway, who's just standing at the blue line, now a shot out in front, deflected by Ireland. And now behind the net, Ireland trying to cover it up. Shields was right there trying to take control. No defender was in front of him and had an opportunity. So nice job by Ireland covering it up and avoiding a potential goal for Westwood. Face-off now in the left circle. Fox and Mobilia around the net, and The attempted shot covered up by Ireland. And that was Fox trying to catch Ireland sleeping in net. And you got to give a lot of credit to Brian Ireland. I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. He's just doing a terrific job in net with all these shots that Westwood has gotten off. Face off in the right circle. Mobilia trying to play keep away. Now into the slot, back to the blue line. Conway takes it into the neutral zone. On the far side is a little contact with Gilliot. Around the end board now into the near side corner. A body check by Seeley. Puck behind the net now. And taken back by Mobilia as Milford trying to move back into Westwood territory. Having a very hard time even getting into Westwood territory in the last few minutes. Out in front as Wild will take it away. Nearly a disastrous situation in the slot. Towards the blue line on the far side. Pass back over to Burns. Burns down the near side into the neutral zone. Wild moving into Westwood territory, but there was 3 Wolverines defenders there. And no Scarlet Hawks in sight. So now Westwood back in control as Riley moves up the far side in front of the net, looking for the shot, and it went off of Ireland, turned away. Back towards the boards as Reisfelder poked it back to Messineo, now back towards the near side, Mobilia. Milford trying to clear it out of their zone as Burns takes a check into the boards. Back onto the corner. Reisfelder gets a stick on it. And now poked back up towards the neutral zone. Messineo was there. In the corner for the Scarlet Hawks was Croto. And he had to gather it up to draw the face-off. Line change for Milford. We'll have a face-off on the right side in the neutral zone as puck hit around the corner, back into the Milford defensive zone. Out in front on the near side, pass over to the neutral zone as Schuler moving down into Westwood territory on the right circle. He's contested, taken away by Mackin. Mackin pokes it up to Conway. Conway on the left side in front of the net, looking for the backhander, turned away. And now a shot from the high slot is turned away. It was Reisfelder with that last shot. The Wolverines will now switch up their line. Just below 2 minutes left to go. And we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. Lynch on the face-off for Milford. Play now in the neutral zone. Wild on the far side. Up around the boards, icing. We'll now move back into Milford territory. And regardless of what happens in this game, you have to give this Milford team all the credit in the world for what they have accomplished this season. Only 7 seniors on this roster. This is a fairly young team in the Scarlet Hawks. From the blue line, Conway around the boards. Play now on the near side corner. A battle in the corner as Ford gets a hold of it, comes around the net, back to the blue line, a shot from the blue line, just wide to the left from Conway. Back into the corner now, Clancy. Leaves it behind him. Play now behind the net, Riley. Riley trying to get it out in front, tripped up by Croto, and now back into the left circle. That one turned away. Westwood, they're just trying to put a man right in front of the net, but these Milford defenders doing a nice job at not letting that happen. Boxing out these Westwood forwards, and a shot just above the circle by Wild. Back to the neutral zone as Fox chases it down, and it is taken by Croto. Will backhand it down behind the net now. Back to the near side, Conway, and it's stolen away by Mobilia, but then Seeley there to contest. Back into the slot, and then batted away by Guarino. Milford now starting to show a little urgency. Behind the net, Conway, on the far side, out in front, a shot, and it's turned away. It was Gilliatt right in front of the net, shot just a little bit too high, and Dyson was expecting it there. And now another shot by Conway on Ireland. That was turned away. Westwood was looking to set up a man right in front of the net. Once again, the Scarlet Hawks defenders, nice job boxing him out. Well, it was Westwood at first, but Milford towards the end, they got a couple shots off, and they had a couple good looks. And we still have ourselves a game heading into the final 15 minutes. That will wrap up the second period of play. You are watching Milford playoff hockey on Milford TV. Westwood leading 2-0. And we are set for the final 15 minutes of play as we enter the third period. Westwood leading the Milford Scarlet Hawks 2-0 in the first period with 8 minutes left to go. It was Ken Mackin who scored the first goal, and then in the second, Joe Reisfelder out in front with 6:48 left. Put Westwood up 2-0, and Milford, they have their work cut out for them in the final 15 minutes. They need to find a way to keep the puck out of their zone. Westwood has just had so many shooting opportunities. If it wasn't for the great work these defensemen in Ireland were doing, this game could be a straight-out blow-up. But the Scarlet Hawks defense is really holding their own, but now the offense, they need to find a way to complement that. As off the face-off, a shot off the stick of Ireland. Now into the corner, back to the near side, just above the circle, and launching it was Reisfelder wide to the right, and now a battle along the boards is up the near side. That will go out of play, a little wrist pass up the ice by Lynch, ends up in the bench. I believe that went into the Westwood bench there, and we will have a face-off in the Milford defensive zone. And into the circle was Conway, and was turned away. Now shot turned away by Ireland. Back over to the far side now on the slot. There's a shot off the pads. There's Eldridge. Coming up the ice, Reisfelder. Back into the neutral zone. Mackin above the circle. That's off of Ireland out in front. Nice job turning it away by Lathrop. Onto the near side boards. Glove down by Lynch. Chasing it down in the corner, Conway. Around the net as Lynch will backhand it around. Back into the far side corner now. Taken by Lynch, up into the circle. Croto gets it into the neutral zone off the stick of Wild. Now chasing it down is Messinillo. Line change for Milford. On the near side, Clancy. Around the corner. Behind the net, Burns. Burns gets it out to Wild. And now in front of the net, backhander, and it's just above the net by Parlato. Out towards the blue line, there's a shot by Seeley, and it's just a little bit wide. And now the Scarlet Hawks with an opportunity here as Wild chases it down. Over to the far side boards. Gilliatt. Out on the far side, and now trying to take over Mobilia. Back to the blue line, and pass over to the left side by Burns, now behind the net. Coming up on the near side is Riley. Now the Wolverines back in control in the Milford defensive zone. Hard check into the boards as Gilliatt and Conway make contact. Now back to the far side, picking it up, Riley. Out in front. And now Wild turns it away, back towards the blue line. Back over to the right of the net as Burns plays keep away with Wolverines forwards. And now a battle on the near side boards. Murphy going at it with Gilliott. And now some others join the party as Riley pokes it out. Back to the neutral zone to Conway. And now back around the corner as Burns will pick it up. Check into the near side boards as Murphy and Gilliott. And now behind the net, Croto contested. Coming up on the far side, Wild taken away now. Backhander by Reisfelder, and as he backhanded it, we will have a stoppage. And that was an icing call. It'll be a face-off in the Wolverines' defensive zone. Lynch on the face-off for Milford. Over to the near side boards, Wild. Now back around the net and into the corner. Chasing it down on the far side, Shields into the neutral zone, taken away by Wild. Near side, Lathrop. Back up into Westwood territory. Messinillo gets a hold of it around the net to the near side. Hard check into the corner. Wolverines take back control coming into the neutral zone. Wild is there for the Scarlet Hawks. Pokes it out to Croto, and now a hard check into the near side boards as Mackin and Croto meet up. Back to the neutral zone, a shot just above the circle, turned away by a defenseman. A shot by Messinillo, and now to the near side. Coming up is Conway. Now back into the corner. Mackin matched up with Croto out in front, taken back behind the net by Lathrop before he was pushed down, and now a shot wide left by Reisfelder. And behind the net, some physical play, and could have a penalty here, and looks like Croto's going to head to the bench. Some pushing going on with Croto and Reisfelder. No penalty, however, just a warning. We'll have a face-off on the near side circle. 10:36 left to go. Milford needs to get something brewing quick. Up the near side, Stansberry. Back in to the neutral zone, taking it down, Clancy. Over to the far side, out in front on the right circle, off the stick of Fox, and Ireland will turn it away. And now the Scarlet Hawks working their way back up the ice. Wild up the far side, out in front, and gets the shot off, but it's covered up by Dyson. We will have a face-off coming. And this is the point now where Milford needs to get some shots off. You have it in Westwood territory. See if you can get something going. And now a shot from the left side, out in front, covered up by Dyson as Mobilia tried for the secondary shot. Good job by Mobilia, getting his body right out in front. But a great job by the senior goaltender, Chris Dyson, covering it up. Face off now on the left circle. Mobilia on the face-off for the Scarlet Hawks. And a hard push just above the circle is Wild. Is pushed down. Here come the Wolverines in the slot, and the shot turned away. There's Eldridge on the attempted shot. Back out in front now, looking for Eldridge. Pass went just wide by Conway. Now into the corner, Eldridge. Some hard contact. These two teams getting a little more physical in this period. But there's been there was some good shots in the first couple periods, and I think both teams maybe got a little frustrated. And in this period, you're seeing some hard checks and some good contact. Into the neutral zone, around the corner goes Reisfelder. Taking it around the net now, Burns. Pass up to the near side, Gilliott trying to knock it up, but he was contested. Now back into the corner as meeting the boards was Croto. And nice response by Milford, a hard check on the far side. Puck now back into the neutral zone, Reisfelder. Bats it back down around the net. Burns picks it up. And Burns will slap it down into Westwood territory, and we will have icing. Milford will change up their line once again. Quick moving game this afternoon between these two teams. There's not been a whole lot of stoppages. And only one penalty all game long, and it was a Westwood penalty. Shot from the right circle, turned away by Ireland. Getting that shot off with Shields. Now up the near side, a chase down between Lynch and Shields. Back to the neutral zone, Burns. Over to the left side of Wild. Wild trying to get back into the neutral zone. It's taken an opportunity here for the Wolverines, left out in front. And turned away by the defender, Croto. Nice job by Croto getting that puck away from Conway and avoiding the shot opportunity. Behind the net now, Croto back into the neutral zone. And now we'll have another icing call. And the Scarlet Hawks, you can tell they're getting a little more frustrated at this point. They're just slapping it into Westwood territory because they can't find any other way than to ice the puck to get it out of there. Mobilia on the faceoff for the Scarlet Hawks out in front. Taking it around the net, Gilliatt back into the neutral zone off the stick of Wild, and now chasing it down is Messinillo. On the left side, behind the net, Messinillo hits it up, back into the neutral zone as Croto slaps it back down around the net. Picked up by Dyson. On the near side now, into the corner. Milford looking for the shot out in front as Gilliatt was battling in the corner. It was turned away by a defenseman. Now back to the far side and taking it around the net is Messinillo. Now puck back into the neutral zone. Another nice job by the Wolverines defenders, avoiding a shooting opportunity for Milford. And a shutout this type of offense that the Scarlet Hawks have, even to this point, is impressive as that shot turned away. It was Riley looking for the shot. Milford has all their defensemen in front of the net, and now a potential shot turned away as Clancy was out in front looking for it. Pass was just wide. Puck now into the right circle. That shot is wide to the right by Conway. Now a hard check into the corner as Gilliatt meets up with Riley. Riley around the net looking for someone out in front. Will backhand it. Wild's there to take it for the Scarlet Hawks. Mobilia coming up into the neutral zone on the near side. Around the end board it goes. Reisfelder taking it back down for Westwood. Back down on the far side, picked up by Burns. Pass over towards the near side, went off the boards and back out into the slot as Hetnick gets a hold of it for Westwood. And now coming down for the Wolverines, Clancy. Hard check into the boards by Clancy. Clancy lost his stick there, so met Burns with his body instead. And now we have an icing call. And this time it will go into Westwood territory. Face off on the left circle. Into the corner. Now around the corner. Is Conway there to pick it up. Back into the neutral zone. Some contact on the near side boards. Back out into the right circle. Conway there to chase it down. He'll backhand pass. Just in front of the blue line as Westwood moves it back down. Conway now on the near side. Jimmy Conway, Nick Conway, two brothers on this Westwood team. Two very good hockey players as well. Jimmy in his senior year, Nick in his junior year. And now getting wrapped up was Stansberry, and now a shot out in front. That's covered up by Ireland. Stansberry Conway got wrapped up in the corner, and they nearly came to blows. The official breaking it up. And excuse me, it was actually Eldridge for Westwood getting wrapped up. Shot out in front, a nice save by Ireland. Face off on the near side circle. Mobilia and Fox on the face-off. Out in front, Riley looking for the shot before he got a nice little push by Lathrop. Now up the near side, Clancy. Pass over to Guarino. Croto behind the net. Croto trying to clear it out. Dalton was there to contest. And now Croto getting physical once again with Clancy. Mobilia, a backhanded pass towards the blue line. No one's there. Riley is for Westwood into the slot, on the high slot, looking for the shot, and he lost it. We'll hit it now behind the net before he's met up with a Scarlet Hawks defender. Now Croto trying to clear it out into the neutral zone. Wolverines continue to win the puck control battle. As skating down into the slot was Riley. He was met up with Croto. Back into the neutral zone, Seeley. Wolverines will take it into their territory, and what they're doing here, they're wasting clock. They're just going to try to hold on to this possession, waste some clock, pass the puck around. They got the 2-0 lead. There's no urgency to do anything offensively for Westwood. Burns up the far side, and he's looking for the shot. It was turned away, and we will have a face-off. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. 2-0 Westwood lead. There's Schuler on the face-off for Milford around the end boards to the near side. Coming down is Walsh, and now a hard fall as Murphy is tripped up, and now Stansberry tripped up for Milford. At the blue line, the shot into the slot wide to the right was Messinillo, and now into the corner, back to the blue line. There's a shot, and a nice save by Ireland. Puck's out in front, it's loose. Another shot from the right side. That's deflected by Ireland, and now back to the blue line into the high slot. And now a shot towards the blue line is deflected by a defender. Into the right circle as Wild backhands it out into the neutral zone. Lynch and Messinillo in the neutral zone, now out in front as the Scarlet Hawks looking for a shot. John Fosdick takes it back over for Westwood and hits it down into Milford territory. Croto picks it up in the circle. Croto coming up in the neutral zone, takes it up the middle. Pass over to Mobilia, and as Mobilia moves up, we will have a stoppage with 3:08 left to go. 2-0 lead for Westwood, and could have been a lot worse early on. But the Scarlet Hawks, they need to try to find a way to get a body in front of that net. But Chris Dyson, you have to give him credit. He's just had a fantastic game for the Wolverines in net. On the near side, cleared down by Lathrop, and now a break up the ice, shot from the high slot by Gilliard, and it's gloved by Dyson. Another face-off coming in the Westwood defensive zone. Towards the blue line, good passing by Lathrop, and now looking for the shot was Croto, and the attempt out in front turned away. Nice job by Dyson. We'll have another face-off. Good strategy by Milford. Setting up shop right out in front. Got a decent shot. Just could not get it by him, but if you do that a couple times, who knows what could happen. Coming down the neutral zone, Seeley check into the near side boards, goes Mackin. Now another check into the corner. Eldridge slamming his body into Lathrop, and now a match up in the slot. Lathrop lost his stick. Coming up the near side, Gilliard. Gilliard around the corner. Tested in the corner by Conway. Now a match up back in the corner. Conway coming down into the neutral zone. A pass over to the near side of Mackin. On the circle, the shot, it's wide to the right. Back into the neutral zone as Messinillo gets a hold of it, taking it back into the Westwood defensive territory while they switch up their line. Pass over to the far side, and just a smackdown into Milford territory as Clancy will go looking for it up against Stansberry. Behind the net, taking it out, Burns. Burns stolen away by Riley, and Westwood has a shot here as Riley trying to poke it away. 3 Milford defenders are there to contest. Back into the neutral zone. Here comes Mobilia out in front, taken by Fox. Back to the near side, Riley. Stansberry gets it back into the neutral zone. There to take control is Messinea. 1:20 left to go. And as I said earlier, no matter what happens in this game, this has been quite a run by a fantastic young Milford team. They have had a tremendous season, and they have a lot of talent up and coming. They'll be a force to be reckoned with. And now opportunity out in front, and the turnaround shot by Mackin is gloved by Ireland. We'll have another face-off in the Milford defensive zone. Just under a minute left to go, and we're going to have a timeout called on the ice. You are watching Milford hockey on Milford TV, and just getting back to what the Scarlet Hawks team has accomplished this season. They have just done an unbelievable job throughout the years developing this program, and this season they made they won a playoff game for the first time in school history, and that is just so huge. Especially when you think about this Milford program, it's not that old of a program, only a few years old, and hockey has not really been a big sport throughout Milford, but it has grown over the years, and more participants are playing in the Scarlet Hawks program and developing this team, and the hockey bug is starting to catch on in Milford, and I have a feeling for years to come that bug will continue to catch on in Milford. And this team developing some very good athletes, and they'll have some very good athletes next year as well. Griffin Lynch taking the face-off for the Scarlet Hawks. On the left circle, Schuler leaves it for Burns. Now on the corner, taking it around the net, looking for the shot, turned away. Nice job by Croto getting in front of the stick of Eldridge. Back into the neutral zone, taken by Lynch. At the blue line, 36 seconds and counting left to go. And the Westwood Wolverines looking as if they will advance in the South Division II bracket. As Wild chases it down on the near side, pass back to Croto, and here we go. Scarlet Hawks looking to avoid the shutout. Lynch on the corner. Back around the boards, back towards the blue line now. Burns looking for someone out in front, and that shot just wide from the left circle. 6 seconds left, back to the stick of Burns. Over to the blue line. Milford maybe going to get one last shot off here, and they will. That shot was by Wild, and Reisfelder was there to get a stick on it, and that will do it. The Westwood Wolverines have defeated the Milford Scarlet Hawks 2-0, but it has been a fantastic season for the Milford Scarlet Hawks as they come out to the ice to shake hands and greet their fans. A pretty good turnout for the Scarlet Hawks community here too, but just a great overall season by this young team. And as I said, look out for Milford hockey. They're on the uprise. They're going to be good for a long time to come. And this year they broke the playoff ice, getting their first win in program history in the postseason. A terrific 3-2 victory over North Attleboro, but they go down in the quarterfinals to a very experienced Westwood program, 2-0, but a well-played game by the Milford Scarlet Hawks. And congratulations to the Westwood Wolverines as they will advance to the semifinals. That will wrap up this broadcast of Milford hockey on Milford TV. I'm Tom Nappy, and we thank you for joining us on Milford Television for Scarlet Hawks hockey.